It was Halloween night in Cedar Hollow, Illinois. It was a rather misty and icy night, and a frosty night. Ice cream probably wouldn't melt in these temperatures. My friends and I are going throughout the neighbourhood, and we know all the good spots to hit. We were going to bring sacks, and they'd be full to the brim. My friends' names were Liz, Leah, Chloe, and Shaya. They all called me Liv, though my name is Livie. It was a cute nickname. Now I am putting on my costume. I had already put on my black cloak. I only needed to put on my crow mask. It was just, I've put it on before. I've always got sweaty in it, no matter how cold it was, and the fake feathers somehow always found themselves in my mouth. As I slipped it on, it felt tighter than usual, maybe a little too tight, yet I thought nothing of it. Just as I finished,
Livy, hurry up!
Chloe screamed out. She was the only one who occasionally called me by my full name. Okay, sorry, I screamed in return. I ran at her and the rest of my friends.
So, guys, how much candy do we plan to get?
Asked Shaya rhetorically.
The whole block. Duh.
Leah replied sarcastically. Leah then laughed.
After we're going to all get a drink.
Said Chloe. Then she narrowed her eyes and side-eyed me.
Well, except Livy, since she's lame.
She said half teasingly, half seriously. I throw my hands up in mock surrender. Whatever, at least I won't have a drinker's liver like Liz. Liz snapped her head in my direction dramatically.
Bro, I didn't even say anything. Plus, I stopped drinking.
Yeah, I replied teasingly.
Okay, y'all, let's go. We're wasting time.
Chloe said. Right, we all replied. The hours went by and we left at 6 p.m. It was currently 10 p.m., just as we anticipated. Our bags were filled with brim, almost too heavy for us to carry. I was sweating bullets under this mask, and I was rather annoyed, as you could tell by my posture. Chloe was the first to notice.
Hey, Liv, what's the matter?
She asked for a hint of concern.
Yeah, bag too heavy for you?
Leah chimed in. No, nothing like that. My face is just covered in sweat, I replied, slightly huffing.
Then take it off.
Replied Shaya.
Yeah, it's not like you're stuck in it.
Liz chimed in. I placed my hands on the back of it, attempting to pull it off, but as I did, it hurt almost like getting your hair yanked as hard as possible. Ah! I screamed. Everybody slightly jumped.
Jeez, girl, calm down.
Said Leah.
Yeah.
Said Chloe. It stuck to my face, I said, voice trembling. Chloe rolled her eyes.
So dramatic. It's probably just all the sweat making it stick to your face.
She said it clearly and confidently.
Come here.
She gestured for me to walk over. I did as she said, walking over. Chloe loomed above me, her mouth close to the top of my mask, the beak just barely brushing her neck. Her small hands reached under my mask, clamping at the back of my head and brushing against my long, pale blonde hair.
Ready?
She asked. Yes, I replied to my tone clearly suggesting otherwise. She pulled fast and hard, and as she did, I felt the worst pain imaginable. It felt akin to breaking my elbow, like I did 2 years ago. I kicked her and she jumped back.
Holy shit, damn!
She said she was gassed out by my kick, bending over, clenching her stomach, but she wasn't angry at me. Sorry about that, Chloe, I speak.
It's fine, but I'm gonna kick your butt later.
She says, teasingly standing up.
But yeah, that mask is stuck to her face.
Chloe said. She said that so casually. I have a mask stuck to my face. The other girls look at me with a hint of concern.
Well, let's go to a house nearby, and maybe, just maybe, we can get someone to cut it off.
Responded Liz rationally. Well, that does sound like a smart plan, but what if this is magic? Do you really think we could just slice through magic? I asked as my voice trembled.
Well, Liv has a point, but there is no reason we shouldn't give it a shot.
Said Shaya. We all nodded. Shaya and Chloe grabbed my hand on either side to calm me down, while Liz carried my bag. After a while walking to the end of the street, we reached Liz's car. The city was very spread out, so we had to drive street to street. We loaded up, and I sat in the middle as I was the smallest.
Hey, Liv, you sure you don't want to go to a hospital?
Asked Liz. Yeah, it's not like they can do anything about magic, so no difference there. Better hope the first house we find hosts a witch, I joke.
Wouldn't a witch be a bad thing because she might curse you more?
Asked Shaya.
No, dummy. The witch would obviously know a spell that can release Liv's mask.
Leah counters.
Okay, but how do you know she's going to do that?
Counters Shaya. I smile as they continue to bicker just as Liz hits something, making the car bump. Oh, Liz, you can't drive! I yelled out.
I can drive. I just hit something.
She counters. We began to hear a noise. It was air leaking out of the tyre. Whatever she hit put a hole in the tyre. She swerved into a nearby yard, slamming on the brakes.
Everyone okay?
Asked Liz. We're fine, the rest of us said. We all look through the front window and see a haunted house.
Oh, God, of all the places.
Mumbled Chloe. Well, no use in sitting around. Maybe they can help, I say, climbing over Leah's lap out of the door. The others follow close behind until we're all standing in front of the haunted house. I feel sweat pouring down my face, some burning my eyes, and I instinctively grip my face. Shaya pats my back.
Don't worry. We'll find a way to get it off.
She reassures, though I can tell she's unsure. The rest of my friends also reassure me in their own way. That makes me rather happy. We walk to the haunted house, entering through the doors, but before I can turn to close it, it slams on its own.
Oh, fancy.
You know, it may not be fake.
She says nervously.
It seems that way.
Adds Shaya. Well, I guess that means we just got to get back, I say enthusiastically.
Well, with that attitude, we'll for sure make it through.
Leah says, punching me in the shoulder playfully. I smile as we begin to walk. We walk all over the first floor, seeing decorations hung all over, fake spiders, cobwebs, the usual haunted house stuff. Yet I noticed we hadn't run into a single employee. Could we find the exit? But we did find a pair of stairs. Oh, you have to be kidding me, I say, exhausted, sweat pouring down my face to the point of it wetting my shirt. Chloe notices.
Okay, guys, I have a solution. Fan her.
In unison, the four of them surround me, lifting their shirts dramatically, fanning them at me. It felt kinda good. It didn't work super well, but I felt the air on me regardless, and I appreciated the efforts. Thanks, guys, though it's not effective. We should save our energy. They all stopped.
Yeah, we should.
They all said. I nodded as we traversed up the stairs. As we walked, we saw a red balloon floating in front of us. Oh, I guess it'll get scary now, I say as I step behind Chloe. She looks back at me.
Hey, don't hide behind me.
She says, teasing. It pops as from around the corner walked a clown. He stared at us.
We ran into our first scare actor. Can we help you?
Asked Liz, half joking, half annoyed.
Such beautiful young ladies. Tell me, do any of you want a piece of candy?
He asked.
No.
No, we'll
we'll
pass.
We say.
Ah, that hurts my feelings. Well, wanna feel my axe?
He says, pulling an axe from his back. We all look at each other until Leah gets a sudden boost of confidence.
You know what, girls? I'm not scared of this guy.
She begins to walk towards him. Ugh! Is she crazy?
Hey, what are you doing?
Asked Shaya.
Don't worry, he can't do much damage with a rubber axe.
Leah finally reaches him, grabbing the blade of his axe. Her body stiffens as she looks back at us, temporarily petrified. I don't like that look. Hey, Leah, what's with that look? I say, my voice slightly trembling.
It's real.
She says, coming out barely audible.
Run!
Yelled Chloe. We all run in the opposite direction, turning corners, spreading out. The two sisters, Leah and Shaya, naturally split into other rooms. Chloe and Liz split into separate rooms as well. I get into my own, but as all this happened, we could hear the man's footsteps smacking on the ground, laughing hysterically, screaming.
Come on, it won't hurt all that much.
I felt goosebumps covering my body as I ran into a room, hiding in a closet, where I hid in a chest inside it. I should be safe here, right? I sure hope so. Just as I thought this to myself, I felt something climbing over my body. 4, no, 8 legs on all sides of my body. I reached for my phone in my pocket and turned it on. Illuminating the chest inside was hundreds of tarantulas, all the size of my tiny hand. Just as I wanted to scream and jump out, I heard the room door open.
Oh, little birdie Livie, right? Are you in here?
I heard the clown say. I hear his loud footsteps bang against the ground as he flips over things, heavy things that smash the ground. I could assume them to be beds and dressers, then smaller things. I assume lamps and pictures as I hear glass shatter. Just as I hear this, I feel a spider climbing inside my shirt as I jump slightly, hitting the top. The room goes silent.
Oh, you're in the closet?
He says excitedly. I hear him walk closer, then suddenly stop. I can hear his heavy breathing like a predator stalking his prey. He grabbed the closet door, shaking it dramatically until I heard it smash. He seemed to have hit it with his axe. I feel a tear run down my face as a tarantula crawled across my neck. I hear a loud thud hit the top of the chest as he shakes it, causing the spiders to go crazy, crawling all over my body, making me incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh, little birdie, are you ready for me to pluck your feathers, one by one? I know you're hiding. Do you think that'll help you?
He says excitedly. Just as he opens the chest, I throw tarantulas all over his face. He screams out and drops the axe, which I take it and smash him over the head with the blunt end of it. He drops to the ground as I run out, slamming the door behind me. I pull out my phone and call the group chat. They pick up.
Livie, are you okay?
Asked Liz. Uh, I think I killed the guy, I say, slightly trembling.
Where are you?
Hold on, I'll give a signal. I pointed my flashlight down the hall, and my friends quickly came. We all hugged each other, glad we had made it through that. We walked back to the room as Shaya walked over to see the body.
Well, damn, Liv. You might have actually killed him.
She said, surprised.
Yeah, girl, good job.
Chloe says, I feel bad. I speak.
Yeah, but he could have killed us. It's fine to kill in self-defense.
Replied Leah. I look down. I feel Liz grab my shoulders.
Look at me, Liv.
I look up at her.
Listen to me. You are not a monster.
I look at her closely. I understand. She hugs me. She's warm, her black hair draped over my shoulders as she pulls away. I look over to see Chloe feeling his pulse.
Yeah, he's dead for sure. We should take his axe for protection.
As she picks it up, we left the room, passing through the halls rather quickly. My face was getting sweaty again, but I was rather used to it at this point. We arrived at a curtain that said, Enter if you dare. You know, how big is this house? I asked.
Well, it was big from the outside.
Said Shaya. Well, we've been going around this thing for 30 minutes and we haven't found an exit. Plus, have you guys seen any windows? I haven't, so perhaps we've taken a place outside of space time. I spoke. The other girls are taken aback.
So you're saying we aren't in our world anymore?
Liz asked. I don't think so. But hey, Chloe, try and smash that axe against the wall, I spoke.
Sure thing.
Chloe lifted the axe above her head, swinging it down against the wall. The wall then shattered, and outside we saw grass, but outside that grass was a void. Just as we looked, the wood grew back in place. Well, that confirms my theory at least, I speak,
Well, we're so.
Liz said, annoyed.
Well, as Liv said, we just have to make it to the end.
Said Shaya. Well, that's only a theory, though I do hope it's correct, I reply. We traverse the curtain despite the risk. It almost feels as if we warp. The place was very cold and misty. For once throughout the night, I felt relieved that my face wasn't soaked, as the cold air had felt so great that my face felt rather normal. I skipped at this, and my friends smiled at me, glad I was finally relieved. Chloe even grabbed my hand, twirling me around. As we continued our walk, we saw large claw marks covering the walls. Could be a werewolf, I speak,
Or Bigfoot.
added Shaya,
What if it's a mini dragon?
added Chloe,
Guys, it's obviously Krampus.
added Liz. Well, if it is Krampus, then he's taking all of you but me, I say, teasing.
And why is that?
Asked Leah. 'Cause y'all are bad, duh, I say jokingly.
What if I just beat you up?
Asked Leah. I shrugged my shoulders. You could, not gonna deny it, but that would only add more misfortunes of yours to the naughty list. Plus, I wouldn't want you to throw your back out, considering the fact you're getting up in age. I joked. She snaps her head dramatically, her blonde hair swinging as she turns.
Is that so?
She asked. Yeah, it is, Leah, I say, exaggerated. She walks in front of me, looking down at me while I look up.
Wanna say that again?
She says teasingly. I said, you're getting up in age, Leah, I said to her. We both giggled.
Okay, Livie.
She takes a dramatic pause.
Fight me now.
Just before we continue, Shaya steps between us, her long black hair blocking my view.
We don't have time to play. Let's go.
Yes, sir, I say, hugging her, then slipping from behind her. We continue to walk, cautious of the claw marks, but as we turn a corner to our left, we see a door that says hotel.
Hotel. I don't know if we should trust it.
Said Chloe.
Fair, fair, but I'm tired. I think we should rest.
Said Shaya.
I mean, Shaya's got a point. If it's a werewolf like Liv says, then no way we can escape it. We'll have to be in peak condition.
Says Liz.
What do you think, Liv?
Asked Leah. Well, it would work in our favour if we were well rested. Perhaps they'll also have food. Okay, this should go well. I think we should go for it. Oh, and they might have something to remove my mask, I say.
Oh, yeah, never thought of it that way. Well, then let's go.
Said Chloe. We walked in through the door, and standing at a brown desk was a guy who had a black suit with a white tie. He wore a mask that only covered the top half of his face and a top hat. He was also smiling, which was very strange.
Hello, young ladies. Would you like a room of 4?
He asked politely.
Sure thing.
Replied Liz. I walked through them to the man. Tell me, do you know how I can remove this mask, mister? I asked politely. He reached out his hand, squeezing the top of my head. His hand was very large, and his grip was rather impeccable.
Reach the back of the haunted house, and there you will find what you need.
He speaks. Oh, just as I had hoped, I exclaimed.
But be warned, as of currently, you are only on the 2nd floor. The 3rd floor is where the exit to this house resides. Most never make it past this point. I wish you girls luck.
He speaks.
Wait, so that means we aren't the first?
Leah asked. The man's smile turns into a frown.
Oh, not by a long shot. There is something very wrong with this town, with this house. It's been around since Halloween began. I was one of its victims, though I learned to fit in, so I ask that you girls don't get trapped here as well. You'll naturally learn more about this place as you go on.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
we all say it in semi unison. He throws us a key to which we enter our room. Liz immediately hops on the biggest bed while the rest of us get smaller beds.
I think we should do a prayer for good luck.
Said Chloe. Well, I'm not Christian, but I'll join in the praying in general, I reply. We all stand up in a circle and grab our hands.
Who's praying?
Leah asked. I'll do it, but I'm not praying to the Christian God, just in general, I answered. They nod and we all bow our heads. God, Buddha, Brahman, Amaterasu, or whoever may be listening, I pray that me and all my friends make it out safe and sound. I truly hope that none of us die because honestly, I love all of my friends so much and I don't want anything bad to happen to us. I don't want any of us to lose each other, whoever you may be, and I hope that we can get this mask off my face and live a normal life. I hope I hope we make it out of here. That's all I can say. I hope. Amen. I finish my prayer and all my friends clap.
Good job, Liv.
Says Leah. We all hug, then lie down.
Good night. I love you guys.
Says Chloe. We love you too, we all replied. After about 30 minutes, my chest slowly rose and fell. But after some time had passed, I woke up. But all my friends were missing. They must be up already. I stand up and try to itch my hair, but the mask still resides on my face. Oh, man. I walked out of the room expecting to see the man, but he was gone as well. Okay, man, what's going on here? Suddenly, as I walk forward, I feel the ground release from my feet. I feel the rough air pulling on my skin, my hair, and clothing flailing in the wind as my eyelids collide shut, as I suddenly hear a large crack, and a huge pain shoots through my legs and through my body as well, and a loud, high pitched sound flowed through my air holes out of my mouth. I feel a warm wetness streak my face, and this continues as my wails continually pause and continue all over again. From earshot to my right, I hear large studs hitting the ground, 4 legs simultaneously. As I turn my soaked face and see a massive horse, all black, the mane of it on fire, on top of it sat a humanoid being who wore a black trench coat, black pants, and black boots. He had a jack-o'-lantern for a head. He took a step off the horse and stepped towards me, kneeling, and then taking off his head, under it was a raging flame. He took the jack-o'-lantern and placed it on my head. I tried desperately to fight back, but he was far too strong. Please, I tried, pleading for my life. The jack-o'-lantern ignited. The bird mask and the suit I was wearing were rather flammable, so they caught ablaze as well. I yelled out, but to no avail. My eyes soon stopped working as I could feel them melt through the front of the jack-o'-lantern. And all I could hear was the crackling fire of the man. It seemed to crackle away, insinuating laughing. I felt my spine crack just as I lost my ability to hear. I presumed the horse had stepped on me, and just like that, I was gone. I sat up in my bed, drenched in sweat, and breathed heavily. As I saw my friends turn and look at me, they had already woken up and were getting ready for today. They all walked over to me.
Hey, Liv. You all right?
Asked Shaya. Yeah, I just had a scary dream, I said shakily.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's just the house messing with you.
Reassured Liz.
Yeah, or you just had a scary dream naturally.
Said Shaya.
I agree with them.
Said Leah.
Plus, if that guy shows up, I'll chop him with my axe.
Said Chloe confidently. I smiled, and they hugged me.
Well, get ready. We're leaving soon.
Said Chloe. I understand, I replied. We all tidied our beds. We walked into the breakfast area, and the owner was standing there by the food.
Hello, ladies. I hope you had wonderful dreams.
I frowned. Well, I received a dream about a pumpkin-headed horseman, I spoke. The owner's expression grew more serious.
Oh, he's messing with you girls already.
Already? Do you know of him?
Asked Liz.
His name is the Pumpkin God. Stories call him the Headless Horseman, but I'm sure you'd know him from the latter.
Said the owner. We continued listening.
I'm not sure if he's the owner of this house. He's at least a manager. Anything you see here, besides maybe the house itself, is under his control.
He finished. Thank you for the information, I spoke.
No problem. Just be aware if you do encounter him. Do not oppose him directly, or you surely will die.
He spoke. We all nodded. We loaded our plates up with food as we sat. I began to eat. And honestly, this food was the bomb. The owner was the only one here, so I assumed he had cooked it. I love a guy who can cook.
Liv, honey, slow down. It's not going anywhere.
Teased Leah. I rolled my eyes. Whatever.
So, Liv, we noticed you've been eyeing the hotel owner.
Said Shaya. I blushed. I spoke.
It's okay. We ain't gonna say anything.
Said Chloe. Okay, well, yeah, he's totally my type, I replied.
Yeah, he's hot, I guess.
Said Liz. Suddenly, the owner appeared in front of us.
How are you ladies enjoying the food?
Love it.
Love it, we replied.
Yeah, Livie said she'll eat this for the rest of her life.
Said Chloe. I elbow her. Shut the fuck up, I muttered. But, yeah, I'll eat a lot for sure, I said.
Thank you. I wouldn't mind cooking for you all the time.
He replied.
Oh.
Said Shaya and Leah. You guys are testing your life, I yelled. The owner leans down and gives me a daisy, and then he disappears. We all look at each other and finish eating. After a while, we all step outside, looking to the man. Farewell, hotel owner. We never did catch your name, by the way. What is it? I asked. He smiled.
Cliff. Cliff Hartfield.
That's a beautiful name, I said.
Yeah.
The rest of my friends say.
Thank you very much. Livie Quinn, Liz Tumlin, Chloe Chavot, Shaya Agwan, and Leia Gray. Correct?
We were all tense as we continued walking. So he knew. And just as we walked out the door, we turned back to look. The door was gone, almost like it was never there.
Well, better get going.
Yeah, I say, uneasy. We traversed the hall. Chloe is still holding her axe. She had a massive smile on her face, akin to getting your first toy as a child. Was she really that excited to? After around 30 minutes of silence, Shaya breaks it.
So, I know it won't change anything, but has anyone tried calling someone? Yeah, I tried calling my boyfriend. Went straight to voicemail.
Liz replies. I just think he doesn't want to talk to you because you're such a meanie pants, I reply.
Whatever.
She replies. But I assume that this house has its own cell phone tower, so only people inside can call each other. I speak.
Fair assumption.
Says Leah. We smell sulfur.
What the fuck?
Said Leah. We turn around to see. Shit!
Liv, is that?
Yes, I spoke. The horseman's pumpkin head smiles wide. We turn around and start running. We hear the flames crackling in laughter. We run into a room and we hide in different spots. The door crackles open and we hear the crackling of his flames. He knows we're there, but he leaves? We get out of our hiding spots. Let's just keep going, I spoke. We walk some more until we smell a very strong, salty, metallic, and very pungent smell.
Ew, is that piss?
Says Chloe. Smells like it, I reply. As we walk closer, we hear a howl. Here it comes. We all heard a rushing noise as it darted to our location. It was heavy and big too. I turned to look at the group and I saw one person missing. It was Shaya. She had already run away. Finally, the behemoth we had been preparing for was standing right there in front of us. A massive wolf, 7 feet if I had to guesstimate. His fur was grey and vast. He stood on his hind legs and then crawled to us. We darted into a nearby room, which was way bigger than we imagined it was, kind of like a play factory. We climbed up the objects, and the lights shut off to avoid the wolf. As we finished positioning, he scurried in.
Hunger, that's all. I felt I hadn't eaten for over a year. I wanted food. Last Halloween, all I got was a tiny girl. She was no older than 6, and I felt horrible for doing it. She screamed and begged, but I had no choice. It was the only way I'd survive, but at this point, I'm not sure I wanted to. Suddenly, I felt a soft object hit me. One of those stepping blocks from this place. One of those girls had thrown it at me, perhaps to distract me. Suddenly, a bunch of these things covered me. They had dumped them on me. The lights turned on, and there was a girl in front of me. She had short, thin blonde hair, a big head and frame, and greenish-grayish eyes. She held an axe. "Tell me, Wolf, why do you hunt?" she asked. It was a good question. I'm not a violent wolf. I don't know why I kill. I hate the feeling of my claws and teeth sinking into a body. I hated it when blood splattered across me. I hated it. I crawled on all fours to the girl, and just before I reached her, I felt a weight land on my back. Looking back, I saw a girl wearing a crow's mask. I saw her pale blonde hair leaking through, and through the holes in the mask's beak were her golden amber eyes. Such a wonderful color. Her frame was smaller than the other girl's, though. I felt 2 plastic crates hit me. On my left was a girl, the tallest of them, with black hair and blue eyes. On the other side was a girl with a strange hair color, brown, but also blonde. Yet it was pretty. I was getting distracted. I must eat,
Now, Chloe!
the girl on my back yelled. Chloe? Just as I looked back at the girl with the axe, I saw it come down from above, splitting my skull. Thank you, Chloe. I don't have to hurt anyone anymore.
Good job, Chloe. I hug her and she hugs me back,
Well, let's go.
says Shaya.
Where do you go?
Asked Leah.
Away from y'all, but let's go.
She walks away. We follow close behind. After some time of walking, we reach a stayaway. So, we're here. Liz grabs me and shakes me teasingly.
Are you ready, Liv? You're about to be free.
I smile. I am.
Yeah, girl, we can finally see your pretty face.
Chloe says, smiling.
Your hair is going to be a mess.
Says Shaya. Yeah, just like yours, I replied. Shaya punches me in the shoulder.
Yeah, whatever.
I giggle. We traversed the staircase. It was only 2 flights. Once we arrived at the top, it had a similar atmosphere to the second floor, but more of a smoky feel, like smoke from a humidifier. Whoa! I can breathe so well in here. It's like a humidifier, I speak,
Yeah, this is amazing.
said Liz. We all chatted about how amazing the quality of the air was until suddenly my legs wobbled and I stumbled, almost repeatedly falling over. And as I looked to my friends, they were all experiencing the same thing. Suddenly, the ground disappeared from under us and we all fell. No, no, this can't be again. I smashed into the ground, but this time my legs did not shatter. The ground was soft. My heart fluttered rapidly as I stood up. And I suppose I'm fine.
I traveled the halls using my axe to support my weight. On the walls, I saw the faces of clowns. I felt spiders crawling across my skin. I felt scratches slash my body. Yet when I looked, there was nothing there. The air felt thin. There was no way I could continue. A large object hit me, and I heard fire crackling as I tumbled to the ground.
I sat on the ground, back against the walls, tears streaming down my face. I was exhausted. I felt as if I hadn't slept in 3 days, like a hangover. I coughed as fire crackled. Will I survive? I think not. This was it for me. Sorry, everyone. This isn't worth it. I don't think we can make it. I think traveling down the hall, my nose bled so much it stained my shirt. I fell, hitting my head hard against the cold wood floor, just as I felt my spine shatter from a force. We were in way over our heads. Sorry, Livie. Sorry it had to end up this way. I swam through a large amount of water, yet no matter how hard I tried, I could not surface. I felt my lungs filled with air. I panicked, but that only made things worse. I squirmed and reached for a chance for life, but it was never there, all because that horseman threw me in.
I travelled to the hall. I wasn't all that injured, just a little shaken. But other than that, I was fine. The hall seemed to stretch on infinitely, but I knew that wasn't possible. Or was it? After about 10 more minutes of non stop walking, I reached the door. Perhaps all my friends are waiting for me here. They probably reached their doors as well. I didn't realize how truly correct I was. As I opened the door, I saw something. I. In the room were indeed my four friends, but Chloe was in the middle of the room holding her axe, her nose painted red in blood, as spiders crawled out of her mouth and eyes. Liz was lying in a puddle of her own vomit. Shaya was in a puddle of water. All the colour in her skin seemed to be strained. And Leah lay in a puddle of her own blood. No, no, this can't. Guys, I say, voice trembling and defeated. My face contorted in a way it hadn't for years as tears fell rapidly from my eyes. My whimpers were nearly loud enough for the outside world to hear. I fell to my knees, resorting to my last line of defense. Please, God, Buddha, whoever you are, please, I beg you this. This isn't fair. All we wanted to do was to go trick or treating. Yeah, sure, we were 15, 16, so we were getting a little old for this type of thing, but that doesn't mean they have to die. I banged my head on the floor, drawing blood. Please, please do something. Please, this can't be real. I don't want it to be. Please just bring them back. And if they are gone, let me go with them. I don't want to be alone like I once was. Please let me have them back. Don't take them away from me, I said, pulling at the mask on my face, ignoring the pain. I know I haven't necessarily followed any religion, sure. I'm agnostic and tried Buddhism, but I didn't do the greatest job at it. So please forgive me. Please let me see my friends again. If you, whoever you are, just wanted to punish me, then I understand it was my fault, I said, overwhelmed, holding back my tears so I could speak properly. But even then, my words mumbled. I begged for some type of forgiveness, some type of salvation, so that I may see my friends again, rather than that's alive or dead. But I did not know who specifically to ask of this, so I prayed to God, taking all the names of all the gods that were to my knowledge as I pleaded. I wished for forgiveness to the punishment given to them, and my slothful self, I had many reflection and regrets, perhaps enough to change my life. Please forgive me. I no longer wished for my friends to suffer due to my foolishness. Just as I finished, a white light overcame me. When I looked around, I no longer saw the bodies of the friends I loved, not even a sign they had been there. Did my prayer work? Just as I thought this, the ground disappeared from under me once again. I plummeted extremely quickly, my legs colliding with the ground, shattering them. I tried to cry out, but I had lost my voice, so all that came out was a squeak. I smelt smoke, and as I turned my head, I saw him again, the horseman, the one who had haunted my dreams. Here to finish the job, eh? Guess it's my turn. Don't worry, everyone. I'll join you soon. He stepped off his horse, taking off his hat. He stood over me, kneeling this time. I did not resist. I simply closed my eyes, but I heard a loud smash, and as I opened my eyes, I saw a dead horse ripped in two, and the man had a hole blown through his chest. The jack-o'-lantern had exploded. As I looked over, I saw Cliff. He walked to me and stared at me.
May I borrow your phone?
He asked politely. I simply nodded my head. He pulled my phone from my pocket and somehow unlocked it. He went to my photo gallery and looked at the most recent picture I had of myself.
So that's what you look like. You look stunning.
He spoke. He raised his hand and placed it on my head.
It's time to put an end to this place. Livie, escape. Live. Once you and your friends escape, you'll be free.
He said. I looked at him.
This is goodbye.
His body began to crack with gold as he smiled. What? No. What is he doing? Stop, Cliff. No, you can't do that. I squeaked out.
Come on, you barely know me. You aren't going to cry over a stranger, are you?
He spoke. Before I could mutter another word, he exploded. I looked around my friends. They were alive. Perhaps he had reset time, or roses all from death or near death, or it could be that all of that was a hallucination from the gas. That I'll never know.
Guys, did that all happen to.
Before Leah could finish, I pulled all of them into a tight hug, and they hugged me back just as tight. I love you guys so much, I said, sniffling.
We love you too.
They all replied. After walking for a few minutes, we saw a door that read exit, but before we could react, a cauldron manifested in front of it,
Livie, you have to stick your head in that, I bet.
said Chloe.
Yeah, seems mostly likely.
Added Leah. I nodded my head and ran over to it, placing my head in the green substance. I felt my skin become relieved instantly after a few seconds. I pulled my head out, and when I did, the mask was not attached to my face. We cheered. After that, we left the house. Liz called her boyfriend to change her tyre. Unfortunately, he charged us half all of our bags of candy, but that's really all right. Occasionally, I see crows following me around after the events, though that could be a coincidence. Well, that was when I was young. I somehow outlived the other four, probably because in their early years, Chloe, Leah, and Shaya smoked and drank a lot. Liz, on the other hand, her husband Mike had died. She cried for at least 3 days straight, but I helped her get through it. Well, as much as one can get through losing their love. Though she stopped communicating with me after 2 years later due to heartbreak. Now I'm old on my deathbed, and the last thing I see is that damn crow staring at me through the hospital window. Well, that would be the case if. So you see, next Halloween, a kid my age named Cliff Hartfield walked up to me, and he was just like Cliff. He wanted to go out with me, so we agreed. We had 2 kids, Lily and Scott. Lily and her daughter ran to my bed,
Granny, everyone's here.
said my granddaughter,
She's right, Mom.
said Lily. Just as Scott and 2 children walked through the door. I see. How are Cliff and Liz? I asked,
Mrs. Liz died a long time ago from heartbreak when Mr. Mike had died.
said Lily. Ah, I fully remember now,
And Dad died a year ago. You've just been getting weaker and weaker ever since.
He's right. I can hardly lift my arm. After this, the children of all my friends came in, and a girl who looked like Chloe was the first to speak.
You lived a good life. May you rest in peace.
She spoke. I think I prefer a deep sleep. I'm very tired, I replied. I smiled. How old am I?
You're 84, Mom.
Said Lily. She came over and kissed me on the cheek. Children, I'm scared, I continued. I've always been afraid of what comes next. You know, I said honestly,
That's why we're here with you.
said Liz's kid. After all this, I saw more people begin to flood the room. It seems my friends' children also had kids. I mean, I knew all these kids, however, I couldn't remember a single one of their names, only my own children. I must be senile. Where are my friends? I said, feeling like I've asked this before. Their faces were saddened due to my worsening condition.
Oh, well, Mother, they went on ahead without you. But they're waiting for you. Guess you'll have to knock a few heads together when you see them again.
Lily replied. Oh, yeah, that's right, I spoke. Sorry, all of you came to comfort me in my scariest moment, but I barely know any of you. I spoke.
It's okay.
They all said. A small girl with dark hair walked up to me.
I'm Shaya's granddaughter, Lucy.
She spoke. Ah. I weakly raised my hand to pat her head. I looked around and finally recalled all the faces and their names. I wanted to stay. Not that I wanted to do anything. I just wanted to look at them a little longer. However, I accepted my fate, and my vision grew blurry. The last thing I saw was my children and Lucy's face. My eyelids began to shut down little by little. Then my eyes closed, and just like that, I was gone.